Hey, what's up guys? Gonz here with this week's word of encouragement. It comes from 1 Peter 4 verses 1 and 2. Here's what it says. Therefore, since Christ suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves also with the same mind. For he who has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh for the lusts of men, but for the will of God. Well, first it says here, since Christ suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves also with the same mind. This is similar to taking up the cross and following him that we read about in Matthew 16:24. The commitment level that we are called by God is pretty significant. If we look at the level of commitment from Jesus having to endure suffering and death on our behalf for salvation, I think as we get closer to the end of the age, we need to have that commitment to God that will endure past great struggles. And then it says, arm yourself with the same mind. Now think about that. He's telling us to arm ourselves with that same preparedness to suffer that Christ did and use that as an offensive weapon, so to speak. So many times with anything in life, we want victory and we want success and everything so easily. But Jesus definitely called us here to have a different kind of attitude when it comes to personal sacrifice, when it's related to battle against any kind of sin. Then it says, for he has suffered in the flesh, has ceased from sin, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh for the lusts of men, but for the will of God. I think when somebody or an individual truly suffers physical persecution for the sake of Jesus, it changes their outlook regarding sin and the pursuit of the flesh. Then he's more likely to do what it says here, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh for the lusts of men, but for the will of God. So I hope that encourages you this week in your battle against any type of sin. Remember what Charles Spurgeon said, I beg you to remember that there is no getting quit of sin. There is no escaping from its power except by contact and union with the Lord Jesus Christ. Have an awesome week, guys. God bless.